Hey, what is going on everyone? It is me, Caggmoney here with yet another addition to my Geometry Dash ranking saga. This time around, we're taking it to the moon as I will be given my definitive rankings list of all the UFOs here in GD. One might even say, it will be out of this world. I'm so sorry. You all know the drill. I'll be basing this list off my personal preferences, looking at the look and feel of the icon, how well it plays with different colors and color schemes, and just how generally awesome or not I consider the icon to be. Quickly before we get into it, too many of you guys are not subscribed to the channel, so if you do like this video, please make sure to subscribe for more awesome videos like this, and drop a like for algorithm stuff and whatnot. Like I said, we're getting into this video right now. Here's my definitive rankings list for UFOs. I hope you enjoy. So, just like my other ranking lists like this, I have divided the icons into 5 distinct tiers. We're going to start off at the lowest tier and work our way up to the tippity top of the Geometry Dash space travel scene. As you can see, this first tier I've named Getting Probed, as I equate that feeling to the feeling you would have choosing to use one of these icons. For starters, let's just make our way through the basic boys, the Chads and Brads of the UFO world. The starting UFO and his brethren don't have anything wrong with them, they are just basic and I will show you how much better we can do as the video plays out. Now this UFO is not as basic as the previous 3, however it just reminds me of like a Lego ship, but like a knockoff Lego ship, like Mega Bloks or something. Don't settle for Mega Bloks, you deserve better. And here's Baby's first UFO. Packing twin jet engines producing roughly 42 or so horsepower. Is that how you measure rocket engine power? Is it space horsepower? I'm sorry again. In hindsight, I should have just grouped this one in the beginning with the other basic boys, but now we're here, I'm recording this, and there's no going back now. Basic. Alright. Now don't find yourself being lured in and caught by the Venus flytrap of the UFO world. It tricks you into thinking it's a cool icon with its several teeth and then BAM! It's years later and you're living in UFO regret, stuck on this UFO. You're welcome in advance. And now let my dog people unite with me. Don't get me wrong, I also do like cats, I just don't like this icon very much, I'm sorry. Cat people, don't hate me. If you ever found yourself wondering what would happen if a UFO crash landed in Chernobyl, this is it. No more wondering. You have found it. Don't use this icon. And this icon has a very expensive dental work plan upcoming in its future. Hope it has some good insurance. I know this UFO is supposed to elicit spooky and scary vibes out of me, but who could possibly be scared of those little baby teeth? Like, come on, look at them. Also, the eyes are a little too beady for my liking. This is definitely another stay away. So I really don't know what to make of this icon. Like, I think it's supposed to be a Cyclops, but one time I saw it as a mouth with an eyeball inside it, and now I can just never unsee that, so I am burying this one deep, deep at the bottom of my list. And finally, to round off this bottom bucket of UFOs, we have this icon here that I want you all to just not use so he can finally rest. I relate to this tired boy more than I care to admit, and I want to get some sleep. I want him to get some sleep. All of you guys get some sleep. Next up, we have a slightly smaller group of icons that I have grouped into the category UFO, or otherwise known as underwhelming flying objects. These 9 UFOs bring more spacey goodness than the previous tier, but still all lack that extra something, so they all just underwhelm me. Leading off this tier is this seemingly basic boy, but he's bringing a bit more to the party than the ones down in the bottom group. There's a little more depth of color and a couple shoulder pad looking bumpers on the sides that give this UFO just a little bit more and a cooler look. Now we have a UFO who has a face you could see as a minor dungeon boss of like an early 2000s MMO. Low tier graphics quality, high tier loot. Next up we have Deadpool's obese cousin Eduardo. While Deadpool's powers fight off his cancer from killing him, this icon's powers just fight off the stages of diabetes. You may be thinking to yourself, this icon is just an icon. But no. Look carefully and you can see that we are looking at Buzz Lightyear from behind. I see you, Buzz. Falling in style. Alright, so this next one made it onto my 20 worst icon video, and for the life of me, I can't remember why. Oh well, it will come back to me. This icon is that guy who would get their tongue stuck to a metal pole in winter. We all know that guy. This UFO is that guy. Now with this UFO, I almost gave into those puppy dog eyes and bumped it up into the next tier. But I just couldn't do it. We make no compromises here. But cheer up, bucko. At least you're not in the bottom tier like the cat icon. This UFO actually does have some cool things going for it, with a bit of pattern and some glow, but I just don't like the bottom of this icon at all, so it remains underwhelming. And lastly, to wrap up this group, we have this steampunk wannabe that just has so much going on, yet nothing at all at the same time. I'm not a fan. Moving upwards and onwards, we are now done with the larger groups and could start to focus in on the true best of the best that the galaxy has to offer. Our next tier up I have named NASA. It doesn't have any double meaning like I did with the last tier, it just represents that these 6 icons are solid and deserving enough to head out into the cosmos with. All the icons in this group are bringing even more than the last tier did and offer fun design and/or color combo possibilities. Leading off this group, we have a strong, solid icon who is bringing a lot of color possibilities and a great dome to base ratio. This seems like it could be a floating dome city in a futuristic movie about floating dome cities. Someone should tell Bowser Jr. that he's been carjacked. Wow, just when you thought the Mushroom Kingdom was a safe neighborhood. This next UFO is killing me with symmetry. I just really enjoy the simple alternating color pattern and how the shape tapers off towards the ends. I don't really love the top baby horns, but overall, a solid icon. This icon reminds me of a beautiful sunset that you could watch while chilling on a beach in Hawaii. Now this next UFO reminds me of a wedding cake, only upside down, which is lovely. But unfortunately, it also reminds me of a lifted Ford F-150 with floodlights on it that blind me in my rear view when I'm driving at night. So right here in the middle category, it finds itself. And finally, we have this little robot UFO with his little robot arms. So what if he has the grip strength of one of those claw machines at the arcades? He's trying his best, okay? Alright, now we're getting spicy, and we've reached the tier I've dubbed Space Force. And it's time to start diving deeper into the elite icons that you can rock in the UFO category. This tier has 5 icons in it, and will all bring in some high level style or flair. Kicking it all off with this icon that has a ton of glow. I mean, like a ton of glow. Almost as if you turned your brightness on your phone all the way up. But with this glow, there are some great possibilities to utilize color, and this icon also offers some great complementary patterns to add to it. This next UFO I really do enjoy. It's so simple that it's effective, and it reminds me of Mercy from Overwatch, or just a majestic angel. Additionally, if you aren't using this icon while playing flappy UFO levels, are you even playing, bro? Hey, it's our little robot homie. Well, it's just his head, but he's still our little robot homie. He's bringing some fun design and I just like him, okay? This next icon is another one that just has an overall solid design. A nice centerpiece holding it all together, supported by a strong pattern color and some spiky spikes along the top and bottom. Also, just a very solid dome to base ratio. And finally, in this penultimate tier, we have this Cyclops visor from X-Men looking UFO here. Again, we see a bit of glow being brought in, as well as just an overall solid icon shape and color accents. Well, you've done it. You've reached the final boss of this video and will be rewarded with learning the secrets inside Area 51. This is my last and highest tier and contains the 2 icons that sit atop the universe and reign supreme. Both these icons are bringing some badass vibes and would be the best addition to your icon sets if you're looking to ship off and explore the stars. First is my personal favorite UFO and the icon that I use in my own set. This icon would fight Achilles in single combat and come out victorious. From the gleam on the polished helmet to the emptiness of his eyes when you stare into them, this icon just means business, and if you use it, it tells people that you mean business too. And lastly, but not leastly, we have this mean mugging UFO that you do not want to trifle with. The eyeshadow below the eyes intimidate even the bravest of souls, and again, the emptiness of the eyes are menacing. Also, there's plenty of fun color schemes you could use with this icon, and it would just be a great cornerstone in any icon set. Well, there you have it, folks. My definitive rankings for all the UFO icons here in Geometry Dash. Please head down to the comments and let me know what you thought of this list and what tier your UFO found itself in. Also, if you haven't yet, make sure to go check out some of my other GD ranking videos. To date, I have done ships, spiders, waves, and also my 20 worst icons list. Again, I hope you enjoyed this one, and I'll see you all in the next one.